Hello dear friends, I am Ram. In this video we are going to discuss about 4-year retirement plan. So we are going to discuss this in two different scenarios. If we invest this 4-year in fixed deposits, what would be the taxation on that 4-year for next 20 years and what would be the after tax returns on it? And in the second scenario, if we invest the same amount in the hybrid mutual funds, what would be the taxation on it next 20 years withdrawals and what would be the after tax returns on it. And most important part here is taxation is different in both fixed deposits and the returns on the hybrid mutual funds. Up to 12 lakhs, there wouldn't be any tax on the interest income from the fixed deposits, but whereas in the hybrid mutual funds, you have to pay tax from the 4 lakh onwards. So we have to see how after tax returns work out in both the scenarios. And another important point is in hybrid mutual funds, there is a chance that 2 to 3% additional returns we may get in addition to the fixed deposit returns. So these additional returns and the taxation returns would trade off in a long period, or whether one option would give more returns than the other options. We will see that. So I am discussing these two scenarios based on a client case study. In the previous session, we discussed about Mr. Sharath case study where we discussed about fixed deposits and debt mutual fund comparison. Now we are discussing other options. So a little bit background about Mr. Sharath. He did his MS in USA and then later on he worked few years there and then he started his own consulting firm. Now he and his wife working in his consulting firm. Last year they decided to come back to India, but when they check their net worth, most of their net worth are logged in real estate. They have a couple of houses in USA and a few plots in India. They realized that they are not having any cash flow generating assets in India, so to come back settle in India. So they decided to build a liquid corpus. So from last 1 year, they started investing in mutual funds through us. They invested around once year and they are also investing other equity related instruments. So in that they invested around once year. So already they invested 2 year. For the next 4 years, they want to at least invest 4 year, 2 CR each wife and husband. What they decided is they want to invest in the NRE fixed deposits because NRE fixed deposits are tax free for NRIs while they are in the NRI status. So they want to do that. But after their discussion, we have explored the options. In the previous session, we have discussed about fixed deposits and debt mutual fund option. And in this session, we are discussing about fixed deposits and hybrid mutual fund option. And now we will see how it will work in the Excel sheet. To make it example easy, so I am assuming that these 2 CR they are investing in the beginning itself. Assuming that 6.5% interest rate, and you can see that here interest is accumulating over a period of next 4 years because there won't be any tax in the NRE deposits. Once they move to India, this deposit amount will be moved to a regular saving deposit and then they have to pay tax. Once they move to India, they will withdraw around 15.7 lakhs each person. It is exactly the interest amount. So tax on it would be around 1,15,000 per year. So tax would be same for another next 21 years because amount withdrawal would be same. So based on the progressive taxation we have, so we have calculated this tax. Okay. So after tax amount would be the again same 14.5 lakh. So I have calculated 2 CR each, right? For wife and husband, I have calculated after tax returns and before tax returns for both wife and husband. So I multiplied with 2. Okay, taxes also I multiplied with 2. You can see after tax returns also here. So we will check how much effective tax is working here. Effective tax would be 7% on this total 48 lakhs of tax for the next 21 years. Okay, so 6.6 crore they withdraw and around 48 lakhs tax they paid and they are going to pay for next 21 years. So effective tax would be 7%. Okay, and this would be effective residual principal amount 2.4 CR into so 4.8 CR. So we will see the same scenario in the hybrid mutual fund case. So before we see that, I have taken one example. UTI aggressive mutual fund. So we will see what were the returns historically for this fund. So I am just opening this fund I'm going to show you what were the historical returns over a period of time. For 20 years period, we have 11.58. For 15 years period, 11.18. 10 years, 11.5. 7 years, 12.8. 5 years, again 12%, and 3 years also around 12%. But for last 2 years, markets are not performing well, even though, but around 3% returns this fund gave. Last 1 year, around 3%. Whereas Nifty actually fallen last 1 year around 8%. Here, 3% this fund fallen because it's an hybrid fund. It consists of both equity and debt, right? This fund gives a stable returns, but some fluctuation would be there when market falls drastically. Now I am going to take a rate of return, expected rate of return around 10%, not 11 or 12%, which we have seen in this fund. Okay, I'll take 10% return percentage on the 2 CR. Okay, so but SWP rate we will take based on FD return 6.5%. Okay, so 6.5%. So you can see this table. This amount is accumulating with 10%. Okay, because this fund is expected to give 10% return. So we have to understand NAV and number of units. So as you know that mutual funds have NAV and NAV also grow as per this rate of return. So you can observe here this is growing with 10%. So number of units we get when we divide total investment with NAV. Okay, so 20 lakhs units are there initially. So units would be same for next 4 years because we are not withdrawing for next 4 years. After 4 years only, when they come back to India, they start withdrawing. So here first withdrawal would be 19 lakhs. You can observe here first withdrawal in fixed deposit case 15.7 lakhs only. In mutual fund 19 lakhs, which is more than that. Why? Even though we are withdrawing 6.5% only, but this investment is growing with 10%, right? So that is the reason your withdrawal amount is more than fixed deposit withdrawal amount. So SWP units. SWP units would be how we calculate SWP units. SWP amount divided by latest NAV. So we get these units. So I have copied the same formula for the rest of the periods. So now we are going to calculate the capital gain. While calculating the capital gain, I am also like deducting 1,25,000 exemption we have. So I am copying the same formula for other columns as well. Okay, so when we see this formula, so capital gain would be calculated and difference between 14.6 and 10, it is 4.64 per unit, right? So into you have to multiply with the number of units, then you will get this amount. Okay, so you have to understand that taxation would be on the capital gain, not on the total withdrawal amount. Okay, so this is the tax which is calculated on this amount. Okay, 4,78,000 into 12.5%. Okay, after tax amount I will calculate here. You can observe this over a period of time capital gain would increase because capital gain tax would increase because capital gain also would increase. Capital gain increase because again NAV would increase for each unit. Okay, so I will calculate the same before tax and after tax returns for both wife and husband. I am copying this formula here and I am copying for other next 21 years. This is the SWP amount. Okay, this is again I'll multiply it with 2 tax amount, and this amount is SWP amount minus tax. You will get this amount. Okay, so when you add up this total, you are going to withdraw 11 CR in hybrid mutual fund case for next 21 years. Whereas you are going to withdraw just 6.6 CR in case of FD. And tax would be almost doubled, 97 lakhs you are going to pay, whereas you paid here 48 lakhs. But since you withdrawn more than around double amount, so paying additional amount is not an issue, right? So that effective tax rate would be 8%. After tax returns would be 10.54, and here you have just 11 CR. Like how many more CR you able to get? More than 4 CR amount you are able to get using hybrid mutual fund. And most important part here is this one. In FD you are going to have residual amount of 4.83 CR for both the couples. In hybrid mutual fund, you are going to have 11.6 CR. It means withdrawal amount also almost doubled, and like this residual value also are more than double you will have. So clearly winner is hybrid mutual fund. We get more returns, we get more residual value. We will also add up one more component, salary. After they come back to India, they may still work with their firm. So assuming that they are taking 15 lakhs salary per annum in India. So I am adding 15 lakhs for both the cases. So we will see how much tax difference. So in FD case, tax is drastically increased because now we are going to pay in higher taxation also, right? So in FD case, more than 2 CR, you are going to pay taxation. Effective taxation also increased to 16%. You are going to withdraw around 13 CR. In hybrid mutual fund plus salary case, you are going to pay 1.4 CR only. Here actually you are going to pay less taxation, around 8% only you are going to pay. But here your net withdrawal would be 16.4 CR. In this case only 11 CR. So why this effective taxation is less than fixed deposit? You can understand that because here capital gains are taxed at 12.5%, and your salary amount is taxed at progressive taxation. That is the reason net effective tax rate is far better in hybrid fund plus salary scenario. Don't consider this as an advice, this is an educational session only. Let us see for whom it is suitable. For moderate risk takers, this can be suitable. Those who can take a little bit risk, and when market falls, hybrid mutual funds may fluctuate. So you have to keep in that mind. One more most important part here is inflation. In fixed deposit withdrawal, you won't see any increment in withdrawal. Inflation is not adjusted. Whereas in hybrid mutual fund withdrawal, because hybrid mutual fund is increasing 10%, even though we are withdrawing the same 6.5%, inflation is automatically adjusted. We withdrawn some X amount in the initial year, later on it is keep on increasing. So inflation is got taken care in hybrid mutual fund case. Hope you like this session. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, subscribe to it. You are going to get many more educational sessions like this. Thank you, friends.